What is up, everybody? It's TJ Plays here, and I'm back with another Sims 3 video. Today, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 most recommended mods for The Sims 3. So I know that there are a lot of y'all out there that have maybe never played The Sims 3 before, or maybe you're coming back to playing The Sims 3 from a really long hiatus. Whatever the reason, I just want to do a video where I give y'all my most recommended mods, if that makes sense. So anyone can use this as a reference point, whether if you've been playing for 1 day or 1,000 days, it doesn't really matter. Before going in, though, I do want to point out that this is my opinion, okay? There's a lot of good mods out there, y'all. Some that I know about, some that I don't know about. If you know any really cool mods for me to check out, let me know down below. But let's just keep it civil in the comment section. But anyway, y'all, let's just go ahead and get into the video. So coming in at number 10, I actually have 3 different mods that I want to talk about. So one of those being Master Controller for The Sims 3. Now, Master Controller is kind of like MC Command Center for The Sims 4 in the sense that you can do a lot with the game. You can make Sims pregnant, you can make Sims appear at your house, you can make them go away. And essentially, it's the same exact idea when it comes to Master Controller. There's a lot you can actually do with this game, and I use it like for everything, and I want to say that you kind of need this one installed to get the other ones to work. I could be wrong on that one though. Let me know in the comment. It's Error Trap. So Overwatch pretty much looks over your whole entire world and kind of keeps it from, like, you know, being super laggy. I primarily use Overwatch to reset my worlds after like a play session or before I start recording a video or a live stream sometimes. It kind of just makes the world not be as laggy. Sometimes Sims can get stuck in places and stuff like that. It kind of fixes the game in that regard. And then Error Trap pretty much works hand in hand with Overwatch to kind of fix up things. Sometimes I've found that Sims will try to go to like places that they can't really go, and they'll get stuck and they start stomping and stuff like that, and it kind of slows the game down after a while. So yeah, this one kind of just helps with that. Overwatch, Error Trap, they kind of work hand in hand. A lot of the NROS modules, they all pretty much work together. So yeah, like I said, get all 3 of these mods, okay? But let's go ahead and go to the next one. Coming in at number 9, we have the higher quality headline effects for The Sims 3. Essentially, what that means is, as you can see right here in this first picture, your Sims have thought bubbles or like speech bubbles and stuff like that. As you can tell in the picture, the original speech bubble is kind of like jittery and it's kind of, you know, pixelated. Again, The Sims 3 is 13 years old, so it's not the newest game on the block. So like the original one just looked kind of old and stuff like that. This mod basically just takes the speech bubbles and thought bubbles and makes them HD. So as you can see, it's a lot smoother, it's a lot, you know, more crisp and stuff like that. So I primarily use this mod because I take a lot of bubbles to be HD. It's a cool mod just to have in case, and it really does show up when you're playing the game too, and it makes it look a lot, like, you know, better in my opinion. This picture right here is like an original thought bubble. As you can see, it's just kind of, you know, pixelated. This one makes it smooth. This one is like another bubble. As you can see, it's kind of, you know, pixelated, makes it a little bit smoother. So this is just a really useful mod just to have, especially if you like to take screenshots with like the headline effects in them. So I say check it out. Coming in at number 8, we have the no camera fade for Sims. This is also a very useful mod if you like taking screenshots in your game. So as you can see, you know, normally when you try to get up close to a Sim to take screenshots, eventually if you get too close, the camera will like phase through your Sim and you can kind of see like through them. This mod tries to like prevent that. You kind of have to be careful how far you go, because as you can see in this picture, you can get too close. But this mod does help you with getting super close up on your Sims and, you know, taking those really nice, good close-up screenshots. It's very useful. It's a very like minor mod, but I think it does a lot of good for my game. I've been using it for a really long time and I can highly recommend it. But again, just be careful not to go too close, because you can actually go through your Sim. But I'll leave this one linked very often. I kind of like swap them out. So one of them is the Perfect Day default lighting mod. It's by Burnt Waffles. And then the second one is the Blue Skies and Sunshine lighting mod. I love using lighting mods in The Sims. Listen, The Sims is, you know, I guess by itself the game is bright enough, but lighting mods really make the game a lot brighter and more vibrant, and it does a lot of good for my game, because I know a lot of people use Reshade. I do have Reshade, but I don't really use it that much because I think it makes my game lag a lot. So I primarily just stick to the lighting mods. Like I said earlier, I kind of like flop between these two. Sometimes I use Perfect Day. Like as you can see, this is how the game will look when the sun is coming up on a bright sunny day. You know, this is also like when the sun is coming up. This is how it will look in the daytime generally. This is like at sunset and stuff like that. Over here, when we go to the Blue Skies and Sunshine, so as you can see over here in the screenshots, when the sun is coming up, it's a lot more orange and like yellowy, and then like when the sun is going down, is a lot more orange over here. When it's like daytime, it looks kind of similar to the other lighting mod, but this is how it looks when it's sunny outside. So like I said, these mods look very similar to me, but they are different enough. Now when it comes to lighting mods, you do want to only have one of them installed at one time. Only one will show up anyway, but it's just best to only have one installed. You don't really want to run into issues or anything like that. Like I said, I've been using Perfect Day for a while, but whenever I get tired of that one, I'll go back over. I haven't used that one in a while, so yeah, there's a lot that Burnt Waffle makes, so keep that in mind too if you want to just scroll through all of those. But these two are coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 6, we have the No or Fewer Automatic Memories mod. Now, this mod is very, very useful for your game because, simply put, y'all, it's cool to have memories in your game, but the more memories you have in your game, the more bogged down your save file gets. The more like clogged up and bigger your save file gets, the longer it takes to load, the longer it takes to save, and eventually it may get to a point where it may not even save or load up anymore. So this mod kind of helps out with just the bloat that can happen with memories. Now, there is a way where you can turn off memories in the game without having a mod installed. However, I have heard people have had issues with, memories still coming through even though they're turned off. I think it's best to probably do it before you start playing in a save file, but like I said, I use this mod just to prevent all those issues altogether. So this mod has 2 different versions. You have one version that gets rid of every memory and all memories. You don't have to worry about them ever coming through, or you have the version like I have, which just allows some memories to come through. So for example, your sim won't get one for going to the park, but they'll get one for getting married. This mod is also kind of cool because it comes with a tool for modders where you can pick and choose what memories you want your sims to get and what ones you don't want them to get. So if you know anything about modding or you want to try out modding, you can do that. I don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to touch it. But there are 2 different versions, and I'll show you really quick. The one that I have is the only important memories version. I don't have the no memories at all because I still like for my sims to get memories every once in a while, if that makes sense. Coming in at number 5, we have the Primer Skin HD mods. Y'all, this mod is so useful. Listen, I love this mod, y'all. I've been using it for a really long time, and I don't think I can go back. It just makes your sim skin look a lot more HD and more vibrant. Like, look at this, y'all. Like, look, it just looks good on all types of skin tones. If you scroll down here, you'll see it just works on like a wide array of different skin tones and stuff like that. It's just a really good skin mod to get in your game. Now, when you scroll down here to the different downloads, there's a lot of different versions of the mod that you can get. So they have like a standard definition version that only has like a 1K face and 1K body. The one that I use is the HD plus 2K faces and bodies, and I'd use the default version. So it shows up on all of my sims, but there is a non-default version if you just want to pick it for specific sims and not have it show up for everyone. There's a version for that, but I have the default version in my game. So yeah, like I said, y'all, it's a really good mod to have. It works on all age types and all different skin tones and stuff like that. It's very useful, and I use it literally all the time, so I can highly recommend this one. Coming in at number 4, we have the Clean UI mod. Y'all, you will not believe the amount of times that I get asked, CJ, why does your game look like that? Do you have a different version of The Sims 3? Your version looks white, mine's is blue. What's going on? Listen, y'all, it is a mod. I've talked about this mod in the past before, but I'm talking about it again because I get asked so often that it just needs to be on this list. Okay, so it's called the Clean UI. UI stands for user interface. Basically anything that you can interact with, touch, click, is a UI when it comes to like games and phones and stuff like that. So down here, as you can see, this is the UI, and it turns everything white. It's blue by default if you just have the regular Sims 3 installed, but I have, the mod, of course, so it's white down here. There are 2 different versions of this mod, by the way. So one of them includes its own custom loading screen. So when you first boot the game up, it has like its own loading screen that you can use. It does look very nice. However, I don't really use it. I like the one that comes with the game. So when you come down here to the download section, you'll see it just has Clean UI main. This is just the one that makes everything look different, and then right here it has the Clean UI game loading screen. So this one also includes like the UI, but it also has the loading screen. So yeah, but I just have the top one if you were wondering. But when you look in the pictures, it does change the main menu screen, and it also changes the screen that you see when you load into a save file. What I was talking about was like the first screen that you see when you first load into the game. That one looks completely different, and I don't have that one installed. Now, I do also want to point out that this mod is currently being worked on, so it could change in the future. If you're watching this video a year, 2, 5 from now, things could be different by then. But yeah, I get asked about this mod so often that I was like, I might as well just put it in the video because y'all really like it. So I just wanted to bring it up here. Coming in at number 3, we have the Gameplay Systems Core mod. Y'all, this mod is super, super useful, especially if you play with a bunch of different expansion packs like I do. This mod can only really help you. So like with any video game, Sims 3 is full of bugs and glitches. A lot of them were just never fixed when the game was being developed. So this mod like tries to fix a lot of those issues. So to give you like a couple of examples, one of them being when you have a kid in Generations and they get in trouble and they get grounded and they can't go to school, and if you try to make them go to school, they'll get scolded. I don't know why that happens, but this mod fixes it, so your kids, even if they're grounded, can still go to school. So another example is if you've ever played the Firefighter Career, you'll sometimes notice that sometimes your sim will get a gig and they'll try to like go to it and then the game will just drop it and it'll go away before they can even leave. This mod fixes that too. So yeah, those are just like a couple examples though. And then if you scroll down here, you'll see that the creator has made a lot of improvements and fixes a lot of issues with the game. There's a lot of things to read up on, so it fixes a lot of problems with the game. This mod also does get updates quite frequently, so if you do download this mod, you might want to come back every once in a while just to read up and make sure that you have the latest version and stuff like that. So I think the last time it was updated was June 5th, so like literally a couple days ago from this video. That means I have to go update the new version, so yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, I really like this mod. I've been using this mod for months and it's worked out really good for my game so far, so I can highly recommend it to y'all. Coming in at number 2, we have the story progression mod. Now this one is also another NROMs mods, okay, but I have to put this one at number 2 because I've recently started using it, y'all, and it's worked wonders for my game. So if you don't know, story progression in The Sims 3 or Sims 4, I guess now, basically story progression is like a system in the game that makes the Sims around you kind of have their own lives. They can get married, they can have kids, pets, and stuff like that. This mod basically takes what's already in the game and just makes it a lot better, and it also gives you a lot of different options to play around with. I had my setup where it was like that. As you can see, even down here, you have like different modules. You have like one for careers and cops your game from becoming like super empty and stuff like that. That's just something that happens in The Sims 3. The Sims 3 will try its best to like, you know, repopulate your save file over time even if you don't have this installed. But I like this one because it kind of helps that out a bit. You get like funny pop-ups all the time from like the Sims around you, like the drama that goes on and stuff. Interactive in my opinion, and I really like it because I sometimes like to know what the Sims around my town are doing. This mod for years, honestly, I never really tested it out that much until now, and I really like it, y'all, so I can highly recommend this mod. So coming in at number 1, I chose the Sims 3 Smooth Patch. Y'all, I love this mod. Okay, now before I explain what it does, I just want to say, you know, like Lazy Duchess said, which is the creator, that's just kind of how it is when you play the game. Love it or hate it, it's a part of the game at this point. Now what this mod does is it kind of makes certain aspects of the game run a little bit smoother. So create a sim, for example, the main menu when you first boot up the game and you like scroll through your save files, it makes the scrolling look a lot more seamless, and it also helps with build and buy and stuff like that. So it doesn't, like I said, fix all of the lag in the game, but it helps certain areas of the game appear to be a lot smoother, if that makes sense. I've been using this mod since the Origin version came out, which is literally like almost a year. Now speaking of like Origin version, there are different versions of this mod. You have the Steam or like the disc version, and then you also have the Origin version. I do play The Sims 3 through Origin, so I have that version. There's also directions on how to install it and stuff like that. But y'all, I love this mod. It's a total game changer for The Sims 3. It just makes The Sims 3 just a lot better. It's literally like a quality of life update, and I just love it. This is like my number 1 recommended mod for The Sims 3. This has got to be my number 1, y'all, because I love this mod. But this has been my top 10 most recommended mods for The Sims 3. Like I said earlier, I wanted to make this video because I know that there are a lot of y'all out there that are just getting into The Sims 3, or maybe you're coming back to The Sims 3 from like a long hiatus or whatever. So I just wanted to make a video to kind of like, you know, refresh your memory or give you some really good like mods to download. Again, I feel like a lot of these are just like really good to have in your game regardless of how long you've been playing The Sims, but I just wanted to do a video like this. I do want to do a video like this in the future where I talk about my top 10 most favorite mods in The Sims 3, so maybe I'll do that kind of soon. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. Now I want to know, what are your top 10 favorite mods for The Sims 3, or your top 10 most recommended mods for The Sims 3? Do you have any mods that you want me to check out? Let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching.